Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're plunging into the transformative world of generative AI tools, looking specifically at 2025. And just to kick things off, get this. Generative AI tools, they're saving employees, on average, about 1.75 hours every single day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's almost 2 hours back in your day. Think about that.
That's pretty incredible. It really highlights just how fast things are moving. Our mission today, really, is to cut through all the noise, find the AI tools that actually make a difference, and crucially, show you how you can combine them, how they can work together to, well, supercharge your productivity and your creativity, too.
Exactly.
Right.
Because, one tool is great, but the real breakthrough, that happens when they start talking to each other. So in this deep dive, we'll cover what generative AI actually is. We'll explore some key tools, different categories, and like you said, the most important part, how you integrate them into automated workflows. We'll be looking closely at platforms like Latenode that really enable this. So yeah, let's unpack this.
Okay, so generative AI, what is it? At its heart, it's AI that creates totally new stuff. We're talking text, images, video, audio, even computer code. It works by spotting these really complex patterns in huge amounts of data, and then it responds intelligently to prompts you give it in just, plain English, natural language. The key thing here, it's not just analyzing what's already there. It's about creation.
Yeah.
Pure creation.
And that is such a game changer. I saw a quote from Leah Surstow, a creative pro, who said, AI doesn't replace creativity, it amplifies it. That feels right. These tools aren't about taking over. They're like powerful extensions of what we can already do.
Exactly. Amplification is the perfect word. Think about it like this. Kate Soul from IBM. She pointed out that these models are trained on so much data, so when you apply them to smaller specific tasks, they can just drastically outperform a model trained on only a little bit of data.
All right, they bring this vast background knowledge to the table.
Precisely. And this amplification, it's driving this just astonishing market growth. We're looking at, what, $66 billion this year, projected to hit maybe $200 billion, maybe even over $350 billion by 2030.
Whoa.
Yeah. And by that same year, 2030, estimates suggest around 70% of companies will be using at least one type of AI.
70%.
But here's what really stands out to me. Despite these massive numbers, the tools themselves, they're actually affordable now. You can often get started for like $10, maybe $20 a month.
That's huge. That makes it accessible for, well, almost anyone. Individuals, small teams.
That's a real democratic shift.
Okay, but we should add a quick word on, the responsible side of things.
Absolutely. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned that generative AI has, quote, enormous potential for good and evil at scale.
Right. Something to keep in mind as we go. We'll touch on ethics later. So let's navigate this AI toolkit then. There seems to be a tool for pretty much everything now, doesn't there?
There really does. Content, customer support, design, you name it. And what's really interesting is this move towards multimodal capabilities.
Multimodal. What does that mean exactly?
It means the AI isn't just stuck with text or just images. It can handle different types of input and output in one go. So you could give it a text prompt, maybe an image for reference, and ask it to generate a video, all in the same workflow.
Like how our brains process different senses together.
Kind of, yeah. It makes the interaction much richer, more flexible.
Okay, cool. So let's dive into some categories. Maybe start with text and conversational AI.
Sounds good. So the purpose here is crafting stuff like marketing copy, technical documents, answering customer questions, even creative writing.
Right, and ChatGPT is probably the most famous one here.
Definitely. And it's used for some really interesting things. Spotify, for example, uses it for multilingual support. And the latest version, GPT-4, its accuracy is pretty impressive, reliable enough for tasks that need real precision.
And I read about these things called operators they're developing, like AI agents that can actually do things. Book hotels, shop online.
Yes, that's pushing towards more autonomy. It's a big step.
Okay, who else is big in this space?
Well, there's Claude AI from Anthropic. They focus a lot on safety alongside performance.
Yeah.
Their latest model, Opus, is hitting like over 90% accuracy on really complex reasoning tasks.
90%. Wow.
And companies are using it in serious ways. Micro One uses Claude for AI-driven job interviews, thousands a day.
Right.
Cut their recruitment costs massively.
Incredible. Shows how specialized they're becoming.
It does. And you've got others too, like Jasper AI, great for maintaining a specific brand voice because it learns from your existing content. Writesonic is more focused on SEO content. Copy.ai aims at go-to-market teams, works in tons of languages. And Notion AI is interesting because it's built right into your workspace. Notes, tasks. The AI is just there.
Yeah, that integrated approach feels very natural, less like switching between different apps all the time.
Exactly. Okay, shifting gears. Visual content, images, design.
Yes, this area feels like magic sometimes, creating images just from text.
It really does. Midjourney is probably best known for those really artistic, often quite striking visuals. They have a cool feature called omni-reference. You can give it reference images to guide the style, which is great for keeping things consistent, like for branding.
Oh, that's useful. Consistency can be tricky.
Definitely. Then there's DLAE3 from OpenAI. It's really good at understanding complex prompts, lots of detail, and it's quite clever at embedding text within the image naturally, which used to be hard for AI.
Right, getting text to look right in an image.
Yeah. And then for maybe more general design needs, there's Canva's Magic Design.
Ah, Canva. Lots of people use that.
Millions. Their Magic Design feature takes your text or media and whips up designs automatically. Oh. Apparently, it's been used over 16 billion times since it launched in 2023.
16 billion. That's just staggering. It really shows how much people want easier design tools.
Absolutely. It's democratized design in a big way.
Okay, so text, visuals. What about video and audio? That seems like a complex area.
It is, but AI is making huge inroads there too. Simplifying editing, generating synthetic video, even creating music.
Synthetic video, you mean like AI-generated footage?
Exactly. Tools like Runway Gen 2 are leading the way here. It's multimodal again, text to video, image to video, video to video.
Wow.
Yeah, it can produce high-quality output, has neat features like a motion brush for adding dynamic effects.
Okay, and what about using AI for, say, presentation videos?
Synthesia is big there. They use AI avatars, realistic digital presenters. A lot of big companies, Fortune 500s, use it. Supports over 140 languages. We saw a case study with BSH, the home appliance company. They boosted engagement in their e-learning by 30% using Synthesia avatars.
30% boost just from using an AI avatar. It's interesting.
People find them engaging. And for audio editing, Descript is really popular.
I've heard of Descript. It edits audio like a text document, right?
Precisely. You edit the transcript, and it edits the audio or video. You could just delete filler words, elements right from the text.
That sounds incredibly useful. I heard one creator say it doubled her output because editing was so much faster.
Yeah, Donna B. She said it cut her editing time by like 75%.
Amazing. And music. Can AI compose music now?
It can generate it. Tools like SoundDraw let you create custom, royalty-free music tracks in minutes. Just pick a mood, a genre, a length, and it generates options. Someone called it a paradigm shift in music creation.
Royalty-free too. That's a big deal for creators.
Huge deal. Okay, next up, website and app development.
Right. Can AI actually build a whole website?
Some tools claim they can get you pretty close very quickly. Durable AI Website Builder, for instance. They say they've powered over 10 million sites and can create a basic site, often with a CRM built in like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Seriously.
That's the claim. Obviously, you'd refine it, but it's a starting point. Webflow AI is another one. It integrates AI into the Webflow platform, helping with site building and design suggestions. Usage has apparently surged.
And for building actual web applications, not just websites.
There are no-code platforms getting smarter. Bubble is a major player. It lets you build web apps visually without writing code. They estimate it makes projects 50–75% faster. And it connects to AI models like OpenAI's and Claude's, so you can build AI features into your apps.
Okay, so that's for no code. What about actual developers writing code?
AI coding assistants are becoming standard. Replit Ghostwriter is one example. Supports over 50 programming languages used by millions of developers. It suggests code, helps debug, speeds things up.
Like autocomplete on steroids?
Basically, yeah.
Yep.
And finally, let's touch on customer support and conversational AI.
Using AI for chatbots and service.
Exactly. Enhancing customer service, qualifying leads automatically. TDO AI has a chatbot called Lyro. They claim it can automate up to 70% of customer inquiries. That means faster responses, and they even record sales boosts.
70% automation. That frees up a lot of human agent time.
It does. Ada AI chatbots is another strong contender.
Yeah.
They boast high rates of autonomous resolution, the AI solving the issue completely. They report cutting resolution time significantly and support, 50 to 100 languages.
Wow. Okay, that was a whirlwind tour of some incredible tools. Seriously powerful stuff in each category. But like we said at the start, you might be listening and thinking, okay, great tools, but how do I juggle all of them? And maybe more importantly, how do I get them to actually work together?
Exactly. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And that really brings us to the next level. the automation revolution. Because
Hmm.
while each tool is powerful solo, the real leap, the exponential impact, comes from connecting them, making them cooperate.
Right. Standalone tools can lead to, like, islands of efficiency, but you want a connected continent, right?
Perfect analogy. And this is where platforms like Latenode come into the picture. We think of it as an AI-powered automation hub that connects everything. That's kind of its core idea.
An automation hub.
Yeah, it's a low-code platform. So it aims to blend the simplicity of no-code, drag-and-drop interfaces with the power you get from actual code when you need it. It's built specifically for this challenge, turning all those individual AI tools we just talked about into smooth, automated workflows.
Okay, so how does it actually do that? What are the key features?
Well, first, it's got that visual workflow builder. You can literally drag icons representing apps or AI models onto a canvas and connect them to map out your process.
See how the data flows?
Exactly. And it connects to a lot of apps and APIs.
Yeah.
Over 300, I think. Plus, this is a big one, it supports over 400 different AI models. OpenAI, Claude, Gemini, you name it all under one subscription.
Oh, hang on. So instead of managing separate accounts and API keys and bills for every AI tool,
You manage it centrally through Latenode. Much simpler billing, easier key management. That's a huge plus for users.
yeah, that sounds like a major headache removed. What else?
It also offers more advanced stuff, like headless browser automation.
Headless browser.
Yeah, it means the platform can basically control a web browser behind the scenes, navigate websites, fill forms, extract data,
Mhm.
all without you seeing a browser window pop up.
Ah, okay. So it can automate tasks that involve interacting with websites.
Precisely. Things like scraping data, submitting forms automatically,
Mhm.
super powerful. And you can inject custom code if you need really specific logic, even get AI assistants writing that code within the platform. Plus, it's built with robust error handling, so if one step fails, it can try alternatives or notify you, ensuring your workflows are reliable.
Okay, that sounds powerful, but maybe a bit abstract. Can we walk through some concrete examples? Like, how would you actually use this day to day?
Definitely. Let's imagine a content creation pipeline. Say you log a new blog topic in a Google Sheet. That could trigger Latenode. Latenode then sends the topic to ChatGPT to draft an outline, maybe even the full first draft.
Yeah.
Then it could take keywords from the draft and send them to DAE3 to generate a featured image.
Right.
Maybe it pushes the draft and image into Notion AI for collaborative editing and refinement. And finally, when it's ready, Latenode sends a notification to your team's Slack channel.
So from a single entry in a spreadsheet to a drafted blog post with image, organized, and team notified, all automated.
Exactly. Start to finish, minimal manual steps.
Okay, that's a great example. What about marketing?
Sure. Think about new subscribers. Someone signs up on MailChimp. Latenode detects that, maybe uses Canva's API to generate a personalized welcome image with their name.
Personalized image. Nice touch.
Yeah. Then Latenode uses that image in a personalized welcome email sent via, say, Campaign Monitor.
Huh.
And maybe it also logs the new subscriber and tracks email opens or clicks back in a Google Sheet.
Again, a whole sequence triggered by one event running automatically. Very cool.
Or customer service. Imagine an inquiry comes into TDO AI or ADA AI. Latenode could take the details, check your CRM like Salesforce or HubSpot, see if it's an existing customer. If not, it adds them as a new contact. Maybe it sends a personalized follow-up email based on their query type. Or if it's an urgent issue, it could automatically create a high-priority support ticket in Zendesk or Jira.
So it connects the AI chatbot to all the other business systems.
Exactly. It orchestrates the whole process. You can even link website forms from Webflow directly to your CRM or automate image creation based on new inventory data.
The potential seems huge when you connect these dots. It really lets you, the listener, unlock the full potential of all these AI tools in your actual daily work.
That's the goal. Eliminating manual copy pasting, ensuring consistency, freeing up your time for more strategic work.
And I saw a tip about using templates.
Yeah, Latenode has ready-made workflow templates. That's often the easiest way to start. Find a template close to what you need and tweak it.
Good tip. Okay, so looking ahead now, 2025 and beyond, what are the big trends shaping this AI landscape?
Well, we've already touched on multimodal AI. That's huge. AI understanding and generating across text, image, video, audio, all fluidly. Think about healthcare. AI analyzing medical images, patient records, and voice notes from a doctor simultaneously for a diagnosis. That's the direction.
More complex, human-like interactions.
Exactly. Then there's the rise of autonomous AI agents.
We mentioned those earlier with ChatGPT operators. What's the bigger picture?
The bigger picture is agents that don't just execute a single task. but can strategize, plan, and manage entire complex workflows end-to-end with minimal human oversight.
Wow. So not just following instructions, but figuring out the steps themselves.
Precisely. That could revolutionize entire industries. We're already seeing movement here. That McKinsey study, 65% of businesses already integrating generative AI. Many are exploring these agentic capabilities.
Okay, multimodal, autonomous agents. What else?
Hyper-personalization at scale. Generative AI makes it possible to deliver truly unique experiences to every single customer or user. Custom product recommendations in e-commerce, adaptive learning paths in education, personalized movie trailers in entertainment.
Tailored to the individual, but delivered to millions.
Yes, and that's why something like 73% of companies expect significant productivity gains from these kinds of tools. They enable personalization that just wasn't feasible manually.
Okay, these trends sound incredibly powerful, but it also brings us back to that point about responsibility, doesn't it?
Absolutely crucial. As these systems get more powerful and autonomous, navigating the ethical landscape is paramount. We need to focus on fairness, transparency, accountability. How do we ensure AI doesn't perpetuate biases? How do we understand its decisions? Who is responsible when it goes wrong?
And there's regulation coming too, right? Like the EU AI Act.
Yes, the regulatory landscape is evolving rapidly. The EU AI Act, various U.S. state bills, companies need to be proactive. That means implementing ethical AI frameworks, conducting bias assessments, ensuring robust data privacy and security.
I like that quote from IBM's Christina Montgomery. Ethical AI is about aligning technology with human values.
That sums it up perfectly. It's not just about what the tech can do, but what it should do.
And platforms like Latenode, the automation hubs, they play a role here too.
They do. By providing a central place to manage and monitor these AI integrations, they can help ensure consistency and compliance. You can build in checks and balances, manage access, and oversee how AI is being used across your workflows, helping you implement these emerging trends responsibly.
So it's about both adopting the power and managing the responsibility.
Exactly. Okay, let's maybe try to recap the core message here.
Yeah, good idea. So generative AI tools, they're clearly transforming how we work. Huge potential for productivity, for creativity.
Immense potential. But the real power, the exponential jump, that's unlocked when you connect these tools, when they work together seamlessly.
Through automation platforms, like Latenode.
Right, that integration piece is key to getting the most value.
Okay. And as we wrap up, maybe a final thought for everyone listening.
How about this? We live in a world just drowning in data, right?
Definitely feels that way sometimes.
Generative AI doesn't just help us make sense of all that data. It helps us create new sense from it, new ideas, new content, new solutions. So the question for you, listening, is how will you use this power, not just to streamline what you already do, but to truly reimagine what's possible in your work, in your world?
That's a great question to ponder. Reimagine what's possible. So what's the next step for listeners?
We'd encourage you to explore. Don't try to boil the ocean. Maybe just pick 2 or 3 tools we talked about today that sparked your interest. Think about a specific task or workflow you have. And then maybe check out Latenode. They have a free trial, and the paid plans start pretty low, around $5 a month for the micro plan. See if you can use it to connect those tools you picked, automate that one workflow, see how it feels.
Start small, experiment, and see how you can transform your own operations, start to finish.
Exactly. It's about taking that first step into integrated AI automation.